Gotta take control of what life has offered me. And when I put my mind and soul in perfect harmony, it feels like.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Poker Room. This is the Cavemen Media Podcast. What's going on, guys? I'm joined here by Connor Gray, my little bro, and the man, Jordan Lease. You can follow them on Twitter and Instagram, at RealConnorGray, at Jordan Lease. I'm your host, Cody. You can follow me on Twitter, at SportsDadOhio, and on Instagram, at Cody J. Gray. We've got a very special guest today joining us here in the Poker Room. Before we get into that, let me tell you about Vlogger. Today, March 6th, Vlogger dropped some new stuff. Got mine already.
Nice.
VloggerUSA.com. That's VULGARUSA.com. Follow him on Twitter, Vlogger at VloggerUSA. What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Let me introduce you to our guest today. Very talented musician. Ladies love him. Guys want to be him. Just dropped a new album following up. You heard him on the intro. You'll hear him at the end of the show. He's going to be with us the whole episode.
Oh, yes.
And he's a Browns fan.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about it.
Kind of ruined the show.
Oh, no, we're sticking together. Happy to be here, guys.
That's the best part. So, Trevy, you're from Wisconsin. You're from the hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Graduated a couple years after me, and I think a year before you guys or something like that, right?
I believe it was a year before.
Yeah,
us.
2015.
Yep.
Back in the day in high school, I didn't even know you were into music.
It's funny. I mean, that was kind of like, those were the moments that I was getting into it. I was learning to play guitar, like sophomore year, I was playing guitar.
Okay.
Kind of. And I was just learning it, like, oh, it'd be a cool accolade to have, you know, maybe play some campfire songs
Right.
from there. And then 3 months into it, I was just like, whoa, I'm not stopping. Like, I can play. I like the sound it makes. Everything is just great right now. And
Just came to you.
it came to me, and that's when I knew. I was like, man, I got to keep this going. But I couldn't sing.
Yeah.
And I was playing guitar. I would have never done
So it was
talent.
guitar before singing?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. I would have never done like the talent show in high school or anything. I was just so insecure about my voice. But I loved learning guitar, and it just kind of developed those high school years.
Yeah.
So I kept it quiet. No one really knew.
Yeah, man, I had no idea. Trevor Leon, and next thing I know, a couple years after high school.
I threw a Y on there. What's up
Yeah,
with that?
a couple years after high school, I get this request on Instagram. Trevy Leon. I'm like, I don't know a Trevor. I'm like, wait, Trevor? He's singing? This is pretty damn good.
I went full on.
See, when I first
Later
saw that, like on Twitter or social media, that you dropped an album, I was like, oh, here we go. Another kid trying to rap.
Right. Another SoundCloud rapper, right.
Yeah.
But then you listen to it, and it's like, damn, all right, Trevy.
Voice of an angel, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I did not see it coming, but I really like it.
A lot of people when coming up to me like, who is that person that's doing the intro for your show? And I'm like, God, it's Trevy Leon, man.
Dude, that's a good thing to hear. It was crazy. You guys know Alex Buzzard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you guys see him do that? I forget the guy's name for Denver Broncos. He was listening to In Harmony. I was like, damn,
Wow.
this is crazy.
Really?
I
That's
did.
wild.
I saw
I
him
didn't know
tweet something at you like that or something like that on social media. I
It's
saw
a
that.
really good
Wow,
feeling.
that's crazy.
That's awesome, yeah.
So it just started. You just kept running with it.
Yeah, and like when I graduated high school, I knew I had this love for it, and I knew I wanted to pursue it in college. And college came, and I really didn't. I was writing songs at that point.
Right.
I started writing songs, but I really didn't go very, very hard at it in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But then, a couple years down the line, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, this is kind of what I want from my heart. So
Right.
I dove into it about like a year ago. I really just said, well, I'm doing it. I'm doing it all right
That's
now.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you just dropped a new album, Falling Up.
Yeah.
How's that doing so far?
It's doing pretty well. I'm happy with it. Everyone's liking the songs. I think the big thing is that each song has its own meaning, and each song is equally as important as the other. So I really didn't want to release an album where it was just like one hit,
Right.
and then the rest are skip-throughs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to hear when people tell me what their favorite song on the album is. Each time it's something new from somebody else. So everyone likes their certain songs.
Right.
So no, it's doing pretty well.
That's good.
I've been working on it since like September of last year.
So 2018?
Yeah. When I first recorded, Morning Sun was the first song I recorded on that. And so it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like excited to release it. I'm excited it's out there, but I'm also excited it's over with, so I can kind of start a new project. You know what I mean?
Because it
Get back to
started,
the lab.
you were just, it was like you were covering songs on Instagram.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You posted
Yeah. That's
videos
kind of how it started.
Covering.
Exactly.
The next thing I know, I think the first song that I heard from you was "Lose You Anyway."
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the first one that I remember coming
in June. That was
out.
the first one I like professionally recorded and everything. So
Yeah.
That was in June.
Definitely. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, like that Denver Bronco player, like recognizing your song.
Yeah.
And a couple people like hitting me up, asking me who you are and what you do. Like, what kind of like response have you gotten, like personally to you, like about your music?
A lot of people encouraging me. So it's easy. It's hard to get up on stage or to release music that you've written and that you're singing without other people believing in you.
Yeah, I can't picture just being on stage, just you.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
on
that's
you know.
yeah. No drummers or anything to kind of
Right.
keep it going. So every sound you hear that's coming from the speaker is coming from either my guitar or my voice. So
Right.
that's a little intimidating, but
The fact that you can do that though, is awesome.
it's fun.
You still get nervous going on stage?
Oh yeah. I mean, not as much. I do a lot of open mics currently, so that's kind of helped me play a lot of originals and like get up there, and I don't really even feel that nervous after the first couple words.
Once you
It's
get
like,
going,
I get up there and I
you
tell like a
just flow.
shitty joke, and then then it's all good from there.
That's perfect. So you write all your own music then, right?
Yeah.
Every word,
Mhm.
every song.
Yeah. Yep.
That's got to be tough.
It's tough, but like at the same time, I wouldn't write it if it didn't just come. I don't really force any songs. Like I'll show you right now. I have,
Where's the inspiration come from
Inspiration?
to write the songs? Like,
Man,
where
it
I
depends.
just can't.
Like, check this out. These are my voice memos. This is where I record all like my song ideas. I'm up to 89 on this.
Wow.
So, like,
So your song ideas, you're just talking in your phone, just song
yeah, and
ideas,
there's like,
quotes,
this chord
lyrics.
progression is blah blah blah. Here's how I want the melody to go. So I mean, I have a lot of ideas.
So it
That's
comes
good.
to you, you break out the phone, you
Mhm.
just put it on there real quick.
And some things are personal experiences. Oh, like heartbreak. Or,
Right.
Oh, this girl's beautiful. Whatever. But a lot of things are also kind of just observations in life.
Mhm.
So not necessarily my own story, but how you can kind of fit yourself in someone else's perspective.
Is there a specific song that relates to you more than any other song to your life?
Well, Stay in California, but also I would say Brand New
Okay.
on the Falling Up album. That was the last song I recorded. I wasn't
Okay.
even gonna put it on the album. Actually, I was gonna release it as a single later on, but I just felt like it resonated with the whole vibe of what exactly it was about. The idea with like falling up is, I'm letting go of whatever was whatever I was holding on to, but I don't feel like I'm down. I feel
Right.
like whatever I was holding on to was keeping me down. Letting go makes me, fall up.
You're falling up.
So,
I love it.
yeah.
I was wondering where the falling up.
Yeah.
Like where,
So, how do you come up with your song names or album names? We got that one, but
Ooh, Falling Up. But let's see some song names.
In Harmony, that's my number one
Oh,
song. In Harmony,
Harmony.
that's my number one.
That
song.
one,
The
that
whole
one.
album.
for me, it's Pretty Little Gypsy.
Okay,
I sing
right
that
with you,
song
dude.
You like Pretty Little
all
Gypsy?
day long, dude. It is stuck
That
in
was a
my
fun
head.
one. I don't remember
Like-
how I wrote Pretty Little Gypsy.
I'll
I
be
don't-
at work and I'll just be like bored and I'll be like,
That was one of your early songs, right?
Yeah, Pretty Little Gypsy was the second one after Lose You Anyway.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, that
Hell
was a
yeah.
fun one.
I'll sing it. My girlfriend's like, "What are you singing?" I'm like, "It's Trevy Leon, man."
Yeah.
how do you not know this guy?
we were working on what song we wanted for the intro to close the show and stuff like that. And I'm playing it on the Alexa upstairs from Spotify. Me and my wife Taylor were listening and trying to figure out which one's our favorite. I'm like, In Harmony, that's the one.
In Harmony is a good one. Thank you, though. Appreciate
Oh
that.
man, you're off to a good start with this. But I gotta ask,
appreciate
dude, like, what's the ultimate like goal out of all this?
Well, I wouldn't be doing this if it were a hobby. I feel like it's the passion, and ultimately, I wanna make it far. I wanna make it as far as
Right.
it'll
Your
take
10-year
me.
plan, 10 years
I'm
from now,
gonna-
you plan on still
Yeah, I do, and really, this is kind of crunch time. I feel like I'm under pressure to kind of get that, get there.
make it happen.
Get there
right.
now. Get
So
there now. But I need to be patient with it.
We were talking before we started the show about your day job. You work at the hospital, registration, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So how many hours are spent at work, how many hours are you spent on music? Like, how do you fit it all in?
Those are the only two things I try to fit in.
Yeah.
So I go to work. I work like 3 or 4 days a week,
Okay.
and it's like second shift. So I go in at 5, and I leave at like 12:30 midnight.
Okay.
So the whole beginning of the day, I wake up, grab the guitar, and I just kind of jam. I don't really have a productive session sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I try and learn something. And then really the best writing comes at night, like the real hours at like 2 o'clock in the morning. That's when the gold comes.
Got it. So you said open mic. Are you performing shows? Like,
yeah.
Where can I go to watch a Trevy Leon show?
I've got some things lined up. That was kind of the one place I was really lacking in. But I had to do these open mics just to get out there and just keep, having people hear the sound rather than just find my name somewhere on the internet.
Right.
But yeah, I knew I had to book some shows. I had a show in December, but I made a few calls, and since then, I have a show March 23rd. This is kind of like a house party. But this guy's been hosting shows at his house every month, just local bands and stuff, and I met him at the open mic, and he asked me to come perform a set. It's like 45 minutes long at the 1-year anniversary. So that's this March 23rd. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
April 6th. This is for all the Dayton ones, because this one is...
throw me some dates. I'll write these
This
down,
is April 6th is a Saturday from 7 to 9. I'm going to be in Yellow Springs.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's the Spirited Goat.
Love me
It's like
some
this
Yellow
nice little
Springs.
cafe. It's going to be awesome.
I bet that'll be a good show.
The energy's
We're
gonna
gonna have to bring the podcast to Yellow Springs.
We'll be there documenting
that would
for
be
sure.
awesome.
That'll be awesome.
There's
Cavemen media
one
on the
more,
road.
Yeah. There's one more coming up. It's April 16th. That is 8:30 to 9:30. All originals, just an hour long, and that's at MVP. It's like a sports bar in Cincinnati.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that one. That one's gonna be a huge opportunity.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll be there. Don't you worry about that.
I appreciate it.
So far, with all the music and everything, what has been the biggest struggle?
Oh man, like I said, like I want to be there now. I want to be successful, and releasing an album, and getting the listens. That's awesome, but like it's still nowhere where I want to be. So I kind of need to just keep going. It's hard to keep going when you're not getting
the feedback.
Well, yeah, there is feedback, but
Yeah.
it's just not. It's not the feedback that I need to have just yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not there yet. So knowing that I will be is what keeps me going, but knowing that I'm not makes it hard to keep going.
Yeah.
Right.
So normally musicians when they're trying to follow their dream, they're moving to LA, they're moving to Nashville. Like what's you plan on just making it from home right here?
Well, I think Cincinnati has a really good music scene.
You got potential down there then?
There's like, yeah, I think there's potential down here, and I really plan on staying in Cincinnati until I feel like I need to go somewhere else.
Okay.
I really don't feel like I need to move to LA. I feel like there's almost too much competition out there.
Yeah.
If I make myself heard in Cincinnati,
Right.
then maybe that can branch out. That's kind of my mindset right
That'd
now.
be
at least.
awesome.
We'll see. I'm kind of going where the wind takes me though, so we'll see
Just
what
let it
happens.
flow.
Yep.
It's a good
Who,
song name right there. Where the wind takes me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
The wind.
perfect.
All right,
We're writing music right
Yeah,
here, guys. We're writing music.
the
Get
voice
song
memos
out.
out right now.
Record
We got
that.
this.
Who do you look up to in the music world? Who's your inspiration?
Man, a lot of people. Specifically, I can relate to John Mayer. I feel like
I just wrote it
in
down,
sound.
John Mayer. I just
Did you write
wrote
that?
John Mayer
You
on
write
my
that?
paper.
Okay.
It's on my
okay.
paper.
See,
I was
you
gonna
got-
ask, like, I picture you as a John Mayer. Trey, he brought over my shirt today, Vulgar, and we were talking outside, and we both said John Mayer.
That's funny. Yeah.
That's wild.
No,
That is
he's
wild.
very, musically, he's a genius. I mean,
He's awesome.
a genius.
Right.
And I look up to the songwriting, guitar talent, and really just the way he's maneuvered through his career effortlessly, it seems like. But also, I would say Ed Sheeran a lot too.
Okay.
I get that one a lot.
So that's kind of your genre.
Yeah, the just acoustic guitar and really just making sure that the songwriting is the biggest thing. I feel like that's kind of my strength. It's not the voice, it's not the guitar
Right.
talent. I think it's the songwriting that's gonna kind of help me out.
Right.
But I had to kind of stop covering Ed Sheeran songs because
I do remember that on the,
I literally
on the Trevy Leon music
yeah,
on Instagram.
I was starting to have like a British accent.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was too much. Started to sound too much like it.
Hey man, you can never have enough of the UK viewers, man.
Oh yeah, yep. True that.
So you're on Spotify. Your album's on Spotify. Your music's on Spotify. You can follow Trevy on Instagram, Twitter, @Trevy Leon. How many followers are you up to now? Like a couple thousand?
Yeah,
Got like 5K on
like
Instagram.
5,000 on Instagram.
Damn.
Just really been posting a lot of stuff, kind of trying to build an image, really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's your favorite? Or let me ask this: where do you get the most feedback from? Instagram, probably.
Yeah, I would say so, because that's where I kind of post a lot of my
Mhm.
material. I'll do like Instagram stories or
Mhm.
just songs I'm writing, things like that. And it's always nice to get that feedback. But yeah,
Yeah.
Instagram for sure. That's probably the best way to follow the updates that's going on in my music.
Gotcha.
On Instagram.
Yep.
Right. I heard a thing today that said like Twitter's dying, Instagram's thriving.
It's so true.
It is.
And like, dude, Twitter.
Like those-
Don't even get me started on Twitter.
Someone said like I heard like earlier today like Instagram stories are going to be like a perfect tool for trying to build like a business or a brand,
Mhm.
and I totally believe that.
Yeah, and we're already seeing it happen
Right. Definitely.
So what's next from here? Album's out. What's next?
too. Promote the album.
Yep.
What I'm doing right now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That is falling up.
Yeah, it is falling up because you didn't catch that.
Spotify, Twitter, everywhere.
Play
No
some
idea.
shows, get out there, keep going, keep writing.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and release a lot of music in 2019, a lot of singles, just whatever I write,
Song
I'm
after
record it
song.
and let people listen. That's the
Awesome.
goal.
Can we be on the lookout for any collabs?
Oh yeah, you guys remember Angel Lane?
I do.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
She went to West Carrollton, and she's working on a song. We go to the same studio in Cincinnati.
That's awesome.
So we're working on this song together. It's really good. It's gonna give you chills. It's gonna
Look
give you
forward
chills.
to it.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Anything from you coming out, I'm all in.
Yeah. We'll be listening to that one definitely.
So you're talking like your first show. It was where at?
It was so it was in a place called Harrison, Ohio.
Oh.
Jordan knows it. Right on the border of Indiana and Ohio. It's like literally middle of nowhere.
Now is the town like split down the middle, or is it just like Harrison, Ohio, and then as soon as you cross
I
the
don't
line,
even
it's
know. Everywhere you look, it's corn and trees.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I
Sounds
have
about
no
right.
idea.
Yeah, but we were playing at this place, and it's called the Blue Note. It's a cool place. Nothing wrong with it. We got the smaller room because we didn't draw in as big as a crowd as the other guys, who I don't know what their names were, but like it was kind of like hardcore metal and like super like redneck vibe. Like,
Yeah.
definitely. It was funny. It was funny that we were in the same vicinity as them.
So it was like two different genres. Just,
Oh, completely. And the funny thing was, we were before them. We kind of opened up. So a lot of their crowd came into our show, and it was just so obvious.
Just
It was-
headbanging in harmony, just
They're like, why don't you have distortion on your acoustic?
Come on, man. You should know better.
So was that like your first time ever on stage, or just your first like?
that was the
legit
first like
show?
official show. There were some times, I did the open mics a lot here and there.
What was your first time like ever on the stage?
Man, those parties that we had
Mhm.
at my other house. I played a lot for a lot of people there.
Really?
Just like
house
sitting
parties on
down,
the
like
weekend?
upstairs when we had some bigger parties. Like, I'd be kind of jamming, being that guy with the acoustic guitar. So
like, hey ladies, yeah, I
Yeah,
play
hey,
guitar.
did you know-
My room is
you know
right
I play
there.
But that was kind of how I got comfortable playing for people.
Mhm.
And then, the open mics, I started doing that in the end of the summer of 2018. That was kind of where it all started. No slowing down, no.
No, slow down. Not
So you were going to school, right?
Yeah. Yep. Was.
Well,
So,
how's that going?
yeah, I had this idea that I wanted to be a doctor. And man, I went full
It's
on
bold.
doctor mode.
It's a
Like,
bold strategy.
yeah, it's not something that's easily, accomplished. So I was very committed to it. So I was taking all those, science classes, super hard stuff, really just devoted to school, never went out. And finished 3 years of that, got through all the OChem and all the hard stuff. And I just decided, like, this is not where my heart wants to be. And if you listen to Brand New, I actually said I took a plane out to Denver and literally went out there to talk.
This is a true story?
Yeah, true story. You know Anthony Legend?
Yep.
And Mylan Freeman.
Mylan.
Yeah. We went out there to visit Anthony, who's kind of doing his own thing. And I kind of made the idea of the trip kind of like, well, I'm figuring out what I want to do with my life on this trip. And the fact
it's a good place to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
It was very, very, like spiritual. So the fact that I was even asking the question of what I want to do with my life, but I knew the answer the whole time.
Right.
It was just so obvious. And from that point on, I dropped out of school. Quit my research job. I was doing brain research and traumatic injury. I was literally like studying pig brain slides under a microscope.
That is nuts.
I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. It's interesting and all, but it's not where my heart lies. So I made
What's
the
mom and
big
dad
step.
think about that one?
Mom. She. I remember. I literally remember when I called her, and I was just like, "Mom, I'm not gonna go to school next semester." And dude, it was like breaking up with a girlfriend. It was like getting text, missed phone call. I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. Like, no, but she's kind of understanding now.
I was gonna say, where is she at right
now?
with it?
Right now that she sees I'm so passionate about it, and that people are actually listening, and it's not just some made up dream.
And that you're pretty damn good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. She has a lot to do with that. She played piano the whole time I was growing up, and man, she put me on to all the old school music, all the good stuff, and I really give her all the credit for my passion of music.
Do you ever just roll around and like listen to your own shit?
Okay, before the album dropped, yes. And I was only doing that just to make sure, is this
It's
really
perfect.
what I want to release?
Yeah.
And like literally every time I release a song, I stop listening to it
Mm-hmm.
Right.
completely.
Once it's out, it
Once
is
it's out,
what it
it
is.
is over.
That's how I am with like a video, like before, or the podcast, before we release it, I listen to it like 5 or 6 times.
Yep.
And as soon as we put it out, I'm like, all right, it's
Yeah,
out
there's
there,
no
it's out of my
point.
hands.
Yeah.
I don't listen to it at all. Like he'll send me the link, like, hey, check out this episode before you like send it out. I'm like, looks good.
Yeah.
So you tried out to be a guitarist one time in a band?
Oh yeah. Okay. So this was interesting. I had a friend who knew a guy who was like an audio.
Who knew a guy.
It's all
who
about
knew a
knowing
guy.
a guy. That-
Oh man.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you know the
Networking.
guy, if you know the guy, you're gonna get something.
Networking is everything in this type of stuff.
So I can't remember if he heard In Harmony or was listening to one of like jam on Instagram or something like that. But he's the audio guy for this country artist named Rain Johnson, who has this. It's pretty much a hit song in country right now. It's
Yeah,
not
I've
top,
heard
but
it.
it's up there. It's called Laid Back. But he doesn't really play guitar, so they were asking me, if I wanted to try out and be his guitar player. So okay, so they gave me a song to learn. I learned the song. I go to this nice neighborhood, go in the basement of it, and it's a full record studio / they're running a record label out of this place. And I play the song that I've learned, but I kind of gave it the Trevy Leon spin. And they're just like, okay, you're not the one. I was like, I understand that. I'm not a guitarist. I'm just a guitar player.
Right.
So, but I played him some originals as well. And he was like, oh, it's really good. Let me hook you up with a guy. And he gave me this dude's number who kind of books all the acoustic acts in Cincinnati at like the bars and stuff. And we booked a show. That's the April 16th show. So if I get a lot of people there and I do well, have a nice stage presence and everything, then opportunities will arise from that one. I'm
We're gonna
excited
make
about
sure
that.
we can get some.
It's a
people
big
on that
one.
show.
Yeah, it is a big one.
So your first song that came out, "Lose You Anyway."
Uh-huh.
I've had a question about this
Okay.
song since the song came out. Since I listened to it, I'm like, is this what I think it is? I won't say any names, but
Okay.
is that song about a previous relationship about that same time period?
In a way, yes. In a way, no. So the idea behind the song was just like, say if I meet somebody, if we like each other, then kind of don't get your hopes up, because I'm really focused on me, and we're probably not gonna make it. We're probably not gonna make it because I'm really focused on me. I can't be focused on anybody else. It's kind of selfish, but at the same time, stemming from previous relationships, yeah, because in previous relationships I've kind of realized that I need to focus on me.
So it's kind of like we can hang out,
Yeah,
but
and I'm not saying it has to be like friends with benefits.
Right,
That's not
right.
what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I don't see myself focusing on anything but getting to where I need to be.
right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Especially at this time in your life. What are you, 22?
21.
21
Yeah,
still?
21.
Wait, what?
When's your birthday?
Yeah, 21.
I'm 22, dude.
Oh, dude.
I'm older than that.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
what?
August 20th. I'm like young for my grade.
20th,
But,
yeah.
Old for my grade.
There we go. That's why. There's overlap there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
So Trevy, if you're not at work and you're not working on music, what are you doing?
At the rare occasion,
Sleeping.
I'm not doing either of those.
Yeah, catching up on sleep.
Yeah, well, barely sleep. I feel like because I stay up late, and
That's when the magic
yeah,
happens.
that really
What time?
is-
What time do you wake up in the morning?
Depends, man. Sometimes I'll wake up at 9, and like that's a great day for me. And sometimes I'll wake up at like noon,
Yeah.
and sometimes
Man, that's a great
I'll
day as
wake-
well.
I'm not even gonna tell you. Sometimes I wake up later than that, but I do. So it just depends on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So a little bit of video games.
a little bit of video games. Yeah. I play.
Got an important question for you.
Okay,
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
All right, let's
PlayStation.
go.
Yep, give me that.
Team PlayStation.
Xbox.
Xbox is
PC Master Race.
But what do you do about MLB The Show?
See,
That
I only
is-
play Madden.
We play Madden.
The show is where it's at.
Yeah, the
Alright.
show's
play-
Everybody, let's get this working, Madden.
I play no game but Madden. That's it.
I play FIFA.
Okay.
I'm really good at FIFA. Me and Travis
You
Hall.
played soccer back in the day.
Okay. I don't know who recruited me. It must have been Sage. But I played soccer for 2 years in high school. Never before like used my feet for anything. And I played JV sophomore year, and I had the leading goals on JV. I had 8 goals. I had no skill, but I was fast, and like the center back would just boot the ball as far as they could, and I would run up to it and just toe ball it into the goal. Yeah. But FIFA and then Apex Legends recently.
Hell yeah.
I haven't played Apex Legends yet.
It's fun.
It's good.
I need to check it out.
I'm not like there are people who are so good at it that it makes it not fun. Like if someone's shooting you, you're like, oh crap, they're good. You have to run.
See, I'm the type of guy that like when there's like a hot game out, like Apex Legends,
Uh-huh.
I'll go back to the last hot game, like Fortnite,
Oh,
and I'll just start crushing.
and just kill everything. Yeah, smart.
Speaking of Apex, they hit 50 million users in a month.
Damn.
50 million people in 1 month.
Is that like
That
is
is
that
insane.
more than Fortnite?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
hella more than
So
Fortnite.
Fortnite
I've never
set
even
the
heard of this
stage.
Apex you guys are talking about right
Dude, it's
I'll
fun.
show you some game clips.
It's
after.
kind
That's
of
crazy.
like,
There's 50 million people playing it in 1 month. You don't even know about
50
it.
million people played it, and I never heard of it until tonight.
You're that
That's
one
insane.
person out
yeah.
of 50.
Wait till he
How you feel,
downloads it
dude?
tonight. He's gonna download it tonight. and it's
Nah,
gonna be
he doesn't
50
play
million
shooter
in one.
games.
Nah, yeah, I mean,
50 million in one.
with 2 kids, I barely get in one game of Madden.
That's a very good point.
You got the new Madden?
I got the 19, but I got a pretty good record online. I'm above 500. So,
I'll whoop
There
There
you.
you go.
nah,
Let me go upstairs right now.
Let's do
I'll
it.
put that 100 use one on it.
Yeah?
Oh, you put $100 on a Madden?
No, because I haven't
Nah,
played
fuck
like
you.
a month. I haven't played in like a month.
Now, do you play with the Browns or do you have like a certain team?
I don't play with anybody but the Browns.
There you go.
See, like I do play with the Bengals when I first get the game, but like as I play more and more, I find like another team. that I
No,
play with.
I'm the best with the Bengals, dude.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know why, because they have a horrible rating, but I whoop people with the Bengals.
I mean, I'm good with the Bengals, but if you catch me with the New Orleans Saints, good luck.
Everybody still only picks the Patriots.
Yeah, every time I get the Patriots, the
Patriots.
Packers,
What really
the
makes me
Rams,
mad is,
Chiefs,
like,
a
I'll
lot
play
of
somebody-
Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'll play somebody like Chad or you or like a worthy opponent, and then we'll have like my buddy Josh who never plays Madden in his life, who runs like a fake punt on 4th and 24 and somehow beats me by 1 point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yep.
It's like this is stupid.
You're overthinking it.
So let's turn the page a little bit here. Let's talk some sports. You're gonna hang out through the show, right?
Oh, of course.
Perfect.
Go.
Of course.
Browns fan, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Notably.
You know what? You can go ahead and go.
Yeah, hey, man. No, you guys can't see the camera. There's Browns.
There's Browns
Yeah,
everywhere here.
It's really
Here in
sickening
the
to my
poker
stomach,
room.
let me tell you guys.
Cody, when I was listening to the other podcast last week, and you were talking about how you knew when you were a Browns fan, and I got to thinking, like, how did I solidify myself as a Browns fan? And it was definitely because of Madden. I was raised a Browns fan, but when I consciously made the decision as a young kid to choose the 65 overall Browns and actually play every other team and just be the Browns, that's what I was like, what? I'm a true fan.
Yeah.
I'm a true fan.
When your favorite team is 0-16 or, like you said, 65 rated on Madden, and you're still playing with them, there's no more dedication than that.
No.
Baker's up on the wall. Speaking of Baker, what are you thinking of the Browns, the state of the Browns right now
my
with
God.
Baker at QB?
Well, okay. The way I've kind of gone through sports my entire life, I've never been a stats guy. I've always been like, if this guy can play, I think he can play. I like him. That's how it is. And Baker's that guy for me.
Right.
And as a Browns fan, I mean, this is the most hope we've had since I've been alive. So it's a good feeling.
Unreal.
It's
The
a good
feeling right
feeling.
now. It's a feeling that I've never even had in my entire life about any sports team, let alone the one and only Cleveland Browns.
So how tough is it to live in Cincinnati as a Browns fan?
Not even bad because all the Bengals fans are like, well, the Bengals suck too. So it's funny.
You're not wrong. Like, I'm looking at, like, you guys and, like, what you're planning on doing for free agency, and I'm looking at us, and I'm like, well, we're screwed.
All my Browns Twitter people last night, you guys, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I know all my Browns
sadly
fans on
did.
Twitter saw it. The news coming, not news yet, but coming soon about a potential OBJ trade to the Browns.
Really?
Bullshit.
Big
Wow.
time, big time. Players are tweeting about it. OBJ, he's throwing hints here and there on Twitter. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly what's going on.
And him and Jarvis are like tight.
They're BFFs,
They're
man.
tight.
They went to school
They're
together.
best.
Yeah, okay. So
I tweeted it last night. John Dorsey hired Jarvis Landry as like a assistant recruiter because all Landry's doing on Twitter is recruiting.
literally.
That'd be a
All he's
cheat
doing
code.
is making sure.
Here's the
nothing gets
potential trade
contagious.
that I saw. OBJ to the Browns. It's a 3-team trade. OBJ to the Browns. Rosen and Duke Johnson to the Giants.
Eh,
And then Arizona just accumulates a bunch of picks for trading Rosen.
I don't know, because if you're New York, you're in a perfect position for Dwayne Haskins. I don't know why you would really.
But if
wanna
you
make
believe
that
in
trade.
Rosen, you've already got film on him in the NFL, and you get Duke Johnson on top of that. Because
Yeah, but they already got Saquon though. Like, why?
Duke's a solid number 2
Alright.
to Saquon, though.
It might
I
be
won't
awesome.
be surprised if it happens. I'll be ecstatic if it happens.
I won't be.
I would trade a first. I would trade a first and Duke and a second for OBJ at this point.
Yeah, please do.
I think that puts us over. That puts
Please
us over the top.
do. Keep the Browns out of the first round. I'm totally
no.
fine with that.
That puts us over the top.
Yeah.
In other news, though, if we're gonna keep rolling with the sports topic, Jason Witten back to the Cowboys, coming out of the
He's not
Monday
gonna
night
play.
booth, back to football.
How old is
Thank
he?
God he's out. of
He's
the
pushing
37, I think he'll be.
As a
starting
tight
the
end, though, you
2019.
Yeah,
get
that's-
beat.
you got
Oh, he's
beat up.
taking hits
You
for
beat
sure.
up.
Jason Witten's a tough dude though, so he's probably just gonna
Pretty
come
good.
in for like a third down play and that's it. From
Almost
there.
so.
Let's be real though.
Get paid though.
Yeah,
All I know
that's
is-
it. Get paid.
If he does end up playing, I see him staying maybe one more year, maybe a half a season or
One or
something.
two. I think he gets 1 or 2 more seasons in. I
Two
think he's in
seasons?
pursuit of a ring. I think for some reason
He's not
thinks
gonna get it in
with
Dallas.
Dak and their solid defense, the offensive line, Dak and Zeke. I think he's chasing that ring. I don't think he's gonna get it
He won't.
because Baker Mayfield's gonna get it. But
Okay,
I think I think he's ring chasing right now, and I think he threw in the towel a little too early.
Did you guys see what Steve Smith Sr. said about Jason Witten?
Did not.
He got asked in a press conference, like, would you ever consider going back into the NFL and playing? He goes, no, I'm actually good on TV.
Well,
Oh, man.
Dang.
so I'm putting in my application for the Monday night booth. That's for sure.
Do it, man.
Denied.
See it.
Who do you guys want to see in the booth?
Personally, you know who I want to see. Pat McAfee.
Oh, I'm on
I
the
think
same
he
page
would
with
be
you.
the most electric person to be in the booth on a Monday night.
God, man. Like,
There was let me find it here. There was some you can bet on OddsShark has rankings out on who's next.
Mhm.
The number 1 right now is Peyton Manning at plus 200.
I heard that he was not going to do it as long as Eli plays. So.
Yeah.
Plus, he made so much money playing, he really doesn't need the job.
Other notables on the list: Louis Riddick, Greg Olson, Kurt Warner, Matt Hasselbeck, Randy Moss.
Okay.
I would like to see Randy
Okay,
Moss.
that'd be interesting.
I'd like to see Kurt.
At the bottom of the list, Tim
That
Tebow.
Okay, get out of here with that.
Tebow.
He's going to
He's
the-
doing it all.
He's going to the majors.
He's plus 3,000, but you know, his
I mean, what
odds
if-
are not likely, but he's on the list.
Yeah,
I mean-
what's up with his baseball career? Is it
He's
like
about
Still
is
in
it
the
full
minors.
on?
He's in spring training with the Mets right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's still all in on it.
There's talks he's going to get pulled up this season.
I think he gets put up this season. I don't know how
I
long.
agree.
I don't know how much he's gonna play. I don't know what
He
his batting
hit,
average is.
he
gonna
hit a
be.
home run his first at bat, wasn't it?
First at bat in
That's
the minor
crazy.
leagues, gone.
From my buddy that's a huge, like, big Tim Tebow fan, and he's a big baseball fan, he's like, Tim Tebow's got the tools to play in the MLB.
Okay.
He was. I think his average was like high 200s last year, so
Right.
it wasn't over the top, but I think he.
What
he could
position
do
does
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He plays outfield.
Outfield.
Somewhere in the
Makes
outfield.
sense.
Yeah.
You guys also know he's about to get married, too.
Really?
See
Oh,
that
yeah, he's
proposed?
engaged.
Yeah,
Finally
I
gonna
saw
get
that.
laid.
He is a happy guy.
He's been saving. it.
I bet he is trying to get that wedding as soon as possible.
I pronounced you husband and wife. Okay, let's just go ahead and head to the honeymoon.
He's gonna walk up there and be like, I do? All right, let's go.
Pick up some food on the way.
So you guys are all in on the McAfee train then?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I don't think he's going to get it, but I would love to see it.
There's a huge campaign going for it for sure on Twitter. Pat
Yeah.
McAfee, he's all in.
It was
on
trending,
Monday.
what, number 3
Yeah,
on Twitter?
It's definitely.
He
Until
is a big Twitter
so-and-so,
guy.
like, blocked Monday Motivation. They became number 2.
On one person's phone.
Right.
So last week we talked a lot about Johnny Manziel. Got dropped from the
My dude.
CFL. He's in talks with AAF teams. We
My
talked
guy.
about the XFL. Did you see what his wife did?
Did not.
What?
She cheated on her race, in her marathon race.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, what a perfect couple.
So supposedly,
How do you
she
cheat in a
ran,
marathon race?
Supposedly, I don't know the whole story,
How do you cheat?
but
Yeah.
it's a charity race.
You trip people?
A charity
So
race.
supposedly, she ran a 6.
Cheated in the charity race?
Yeah.
That's like the worst kind of person. I'm sorry.
6.7 miles in 26 minutes.
Is that good?
Seems a little absurd to me. I mean, just think 26 minutes, almost 7 miles. I don't know what the world record is, but there's all kinds of news articles out there. The week after Johnny gets dropped, all kinds of news around his wife potentially cheating on a marathon.
Allegedly.
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 I guess we'll
Took
never
the
know.
short.
Rough times in the Manziel house.
No, but did it say how she cheated?
No, I didn't see the full story.
Oh no.
But
She had to, like, what, trip
supposedly
people?
her time
Or,
is
like in Mario Kart, they got the
little
little...
fabricated.
Oh.
For the
Yeah.
banana out now.
Threw bananas
Did she
down.
knock everybody else out, or did she cut through some lines? Did she cut the cones? We don't. I don't exactly know. But
She just like ride a taxi or something? Or?
who knows?
Right, that would be funny.
How
Very
about
interesting. I can't wait to see how that unfolds.
the Antonio Brown sweepstakes?
Oh, do we even want to talk about that?
I don't want to talk about Antonio Brown, but we're going to. We're going to. Supposedly it's narrowed down to the Redskins, the Titans, and the Raiders.
The Titans.
The
Mm.
Titans
Get outta
Did
here.
not know
Get outta
that
here.
one.
Redskins, yeah.
Let's go.
For those of you that
Yeah.
don't know, that Connor is kind of a semi-Tennessee
Second
Titans
team.
fan. Second team.
Okay.
Second team.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd pick a second team if I was the Bengals fan too.
Dude, you always got to have 2 teams.
What would you trade for Antonio Brown at this point if you're
If I'm a Bengals fan?
no just
Yeah.
you're a GM in need of a number 1 wide receiver,
Depends what team.
taking into account his attitude, his just issues on and off the field, his shit talking about Ben Roethlisberger, the shit he just talked about on the LeBron
Didn't he
James
throw a
show.
football at Ben?
He did all kinds of crazy
If,
stuff.
if I'm a smart GM in the NFL, I'm just staying away from the ABC.
Too much
kids.
drama.
Like, it's too much money for too much drama. It's
So if the Steelers said, "Give us a 7th round pick, we'll give you Antonio Brown."
No, he won't go for that.
I'm not, hypothetically.
Steelers are going to at least get a first-round pick. It's
Yeah.
fair enough.
At this
the-
point, his demand is dropping for sure.
I don't pay attention to the Steelers, though. What do they even need? Well, obviously a
They're-
wide receiver now.
They need defense.
They got
man.
Juju, yeah.
Their defense is going to be hurting.
Defense
Offensive
been hurt for a while.
line, probably
But
not
now-
the best.
Maybe a
Everybody's going to
quarterback?
have Juju double coverage, so.
Yeah.
They ain't got anybody else.
They're gonna need
How
him
much
too,
longer
for
does
sure.
Big Ben have? He seems like he's getting up
He's
there.
up
gonna
there. I
get
think he's
up
like
too.
36 or so.
Okay.
You can't.
I give him a few
The
more
entire
years.
AFC
Yeah.
North is in shambles except for the Browns.
If the
Hey,
Steelers
it's a
do
great
bad
game.
this year,
I'm
this
loving
is his
every
last year.
Me and Jordan were talking about today, and I said I really don't see any way that the Browns don't win the division. If they don't win the division, then they fucked
The
up.
only worry I would have would be the Steelers because they've been there every
Nah.
single year.
I don't see it. I think it's going to be the Browns or the Ravens, or vice versa, whatever.
I don't think Lamar Jackson plays 16 games next year.
I don't think the Ravens do as good as everyone says. Like, oh, Lamar Jackson's the truth. I'm
That's
like,
why
no,
I got
he's gonna get hurt.
I got them at number 2, and then I'm going to go with Cincinnati, and then the Steelers.
Ooh, bold strategy.
Bold statement there.
I think Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are going to have similar seasons.
I can see Pittsburgh like unraveling, but I can see Cincinnati also taking a step up. Like,
Hopefully.
there's nothing to go but up in Cincinnati. Yeah, we're probably gonna get swept by the Browns, and I hate to say it, Bengals fans. I'm sorry, but we're just rebuilding right
Yeah,
now.
that sucks because I'm going to be at both games.
Did you
I'm not
guys
gonna
see?
come
Have you guys seen Antonio Brown's mustache?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Did you
Yeah.
see the meme that he tagged himself in?
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't he have a
It's like
blonde mustache or
seal
something?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
dyed it blonde.
It's
I've got the
ridiculous.
picture. I'll post it on Twitter if anybody hasn't seen it. But it's bad. It's really
It's
bad.
like
was
this like
reading-
seal. He has like
yeah.
the same like blonde mustache as Antonio Brown. I was like, wait, what?
It's really
I was reading through the comments of like a Twitter feed. It was after the LeBron James show kind of
Right.
clip there, and they were like, "Does he have milk on his upper lip?"
I was thinking, like, does it look like somebody just peed on his mustache? Like, what is going on right now?
Take one look at AB's mustache. His trade stock just went down a little bit.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want him in my locker room.
I
though.
don't. Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Besides the Tennessee Titans, the teams that are after AB, it makes sense.
I hope he goes to Washington and has to catch passes from Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
That would be
wow.
amazing.
He's probably gonna end up going to.
No disrespect to Colt McCoy, but
Previous Brown.
he's not Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, exactly.
One of many.
he was
Like,
on the
AB
Browns. He didn't make it.
I saw a stat that like had AB with Big Ben and AB without Big Ben. There was a significant difference. There.
Oh, well, absolutely. He,
But, like, yeah, I don't understand what's going on in AB's head, but you know what? It's AB's life, not mine.
He's got hell of a lot more money than I do. So
Yeah, a lot more money I'll ever see, probably.
speaking of money, did you guys see what Bryce Harper did?
Oh man,
He did.
$330 million. What do you say it was? 13 years or something like that?
13.
Signed up to go back to school, basically, starting at kindergarten.
Right.
13 years.
What would you guys
$330
do
million.
with that kind of money?
How much is it? 300 million?
330 million.
30 million.
He got
30.
paid 20-some million the day he signed. Bonus. 20-some million. Here you go.
In the bank. Let's go.
Here you go.
I would probably buy like a mountain range,
Yeah.
just the entire mountain range, and just kind of live there.
Just the whole
To build a
island.
giant estate.
Seriously.
It's a ridiculous amount
This
of
view's
money.
beautiful. Yeah, but you're on my property. Just take it.
Yeah.
Go.
He clearly has like more money than you could possibly know what to do with.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. You can't spend that much money. Like you cannot. It's just crazy.
He just set up the next like five to
Generations.
10 generations of his family to be
Seriously.
wealthy.
Right.
Oh my god.
Did you guys know what his first ever contract was that he signed with the Nationals? It was like a 4-year deal, $9 million. Oh, and 8 semesters of college paid for.
8 semesters.
So they said they gave him $8 million and then paid for his college, and now he's making $330
He went to
million.
junior college too. Like,
In Vegas. I went to the same junior college
Ah,
actually.
nice,
Shout out
dude.
CSN
How
College
much
Southern.
did they pay for your college too?
No, they didn't.
No.
I bet Bryce Harper's got some change to spare. You can pay for my college now.
He could pay for everybody's
probably
college.
won't.
But
But
yeah, went to the same school as Bryce Harper for a quick minute.
Same year?
No, no.
How old
when
is
I
he?
was there, he was playing for the. He's been playing for the Nationals since he was like 18 years
Yeah.
old.
So he's like what, 26, 27?
Now he's probably 25 or 26 now. Yeah.
He'll be playing until he's about 40.
Yep. Getting paid. Paid.
And all those years with the Phillies, because he's
Yeah.
not going anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, they could trade him like the whole Giancarlo Stanton situation, but that's a heavy contract to take on.
Wasn't there like a no trade clause or something?
yeah, there's
Oh,
no
is
trade
there
clause.
really?
Yeah, he's in Philly.
He's
for
locked in,
next
man.
season.
Wow.
He's committed.
That-
He's
the
gonna have to
Phillies
win a
are
World
committed.
Series. Multiple.
He said one of his big things about was getting a new deal was commitment. Like he didn't want to like have that fear of like being traded like in the middle of a game. He wants to be there. He wants to
The
build
middle of a game.
He's
And-
already recruiting Mike Trout. He said, I think it was like just a couple days ago. He said, as soon as 2020 hits, Mike Trout's a free agent. He's recruiting it
He's
And
already
Mike-
trying to recruit Le'Veon Bell to the.
to the Eagles.
What?
Yep.
Oh, what?
Back to Mike Trout. You know where Mike Trout's from? Hometown.
Probably
Philly.
Philly. Yeah,
Yeah. So watch out, 2020.
that'll happen.
Bryce Harper, Mike Trout on the same team.
That'll happen.
That's crazy.
Philly fans are crazy.
I can't wait for baseball season though, man.
Me either. Especially with the Reds.
The
too.
Reds are gonna rock the NL Central for sure.
Not a lot of people are believing in them.
I saw a prediction the other day. It was 81-81 final record for the Reds. I'll take that all day long. Just give me some winning baseball.
Yeah.
Opening day is about to be really fun.
So the combine wrapped up this past weekend. You guys catch any of that?
A little bit of it.
A little bit.
A little 40-yard dash, long jump.
I enjoy it every year when Rich Eisen decides to run the 40.
Yeah.
And then he just gets swept by everyone that did it.
6 flat this year. Rich Eisen,
6
NFL
flat.
Network. Yeah, he
That's
runs it
that's-
every year since like 2004.
That's
He's
about what
ran.
I ran.
So is he increasing or decreasing in speed?
He was doing really good year after year, increasing. This year, he took a step back.
Oh.
He was in the 5s. But did you see how he runs it?
No.
Full on dress
Yeah,
clothes.
Full suit.
Suit, jacket, dress shoes, all of it.
Got to be aerodynamic, man.
The best
Yeah.
part is after he runs it, they'll take like the highlight of him running it and they'll compare it to like the top prospects.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, we'll give Rich Eisen a 10-yard head start," and then all of a sudden it's just
Yeah.
right
They
by.
did the one with DK Metcalf, Paris Campbell, just right past it.
Paris Campbell killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Paris
He
Campbell
killed it.
impressed a lot of people. The Buckeye. He impressed a lot of people this year in the combine.
That's a
so.
player I would not bother for the Bengals to pick up. Like I would love to see him in
I saw
orange
a
and black.
projection to him and come to the Browns in like the 3rd round. So
Yeah, let's
I'll
not
take
take
Third
that.
round? You think he's
Yeah.
a third rounder?
They said that he was not even projected to go to like 6th round. And his stock jumped with the combine for sure.
I mean, I've seen him play in college. Like he deserves to be in the NFL, definitely.
Yeah. Speaking of combine, we did our own little combine today.
Well, let's
It's
not talk
interesting.
about that.
It was freezing
It was
cold.
about
So
20.
cold.
No, it was probably about 15 degrees outside.
With the wind chill, it was probably single digits. It was
Dang.
It was
cold.
rough.
And then we're both out there in shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear,
T-shirt.
Cody ran his first one, and it was like 5 or something like
It was
no,
like
it was
5,
like
6 or something.
5,
It was
yeah,
bad.
5, 7, 8, whatever. He takes off his hoodie and his sweatpants, sheds off like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up at,
Oh,
what was
yeah.
my best time? Like
5-1, yeah.
5-1.
That was so lucky, dude. I'm not gonna
We'll
lie.
try again next year. Goals under 5.
Goals to
Under
get my
5.
money back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Jordan lost $100.
Yeah.
Blew Jordan out $100. in
You
the
know
pocket.
Oh man.
Got to be in it to win it, so I ain't even mad.
But you lost.
Video coming out
You know what?
tomorrow.
You win some, you lose some.
And you lost. And you lost. We did
Live
compete
for
in
another
long
day.
jump. Long jump. We did a little football toss. It was a good time, but it was
Towards the end, we just tried
way
to get
too
out
cold.
of there.
Yeah, it was way too cold. Video posts maybe tomorrow sometime. Connor do a little bit of editing with that tonight. We'll get that to you guys.
Definitely.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here, guys. That is the Cavemen Media Podcast. We want to appreciate to Trevy Leon here for joining us.
Thanks again for having me. It
We
was
appreciate
great.
you coming up
Thanks.
from the Cincy to the
Anytime.
DYT.
Of course.
It was a great time. Look forward to seeing what you got coming.
Appreciate it,
New
guys.
music.
Thanks a lot.
Check out Trevy at Trevy Leon on Twitter. Check him out on Spotify, his new album Falling Up. And check us out on Twitter at Cavemen Media on Instagram and Twitter. And follow me at SportsDadOhio.
At Real Connor Gray on Twitter and Instagram.
At Jordan Lees on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, you
I
guys
get the
always
reel.
do that.
I know.
Throw me off every
Yeah,
time.
every time you put the reel in there, I think I got to
I'm trying to get just at Connor Gray, but it's not
And it's
working
not
so
real.
far.
How many Connor Grays are out there on Twitter?
A lot, but there's one guy who has at Connor Gray, and his picture, it's like a 7 or 8 year old, and it's just a little kid.
Have you
He has a-
did you DM him? Like, I'll give you $400.
I did. I DM'd him. I was like, "Yo, let me get your at."
No response.
No, he's not active. But
Oh, wow.
Oh man,
That's the
messed
worst
up.
kinda, like,
You gotta
yeah,
contact
on
Twitter. Be like,
I looked it up
"Yes."
today, but I have to have a blue check mark to be able to get his at. So
Terrible. Come on, Twitter.
Coming
Hey,
soon.
hey, guys.
That's
guys.
why Instagram's booming.
yeah,
Yep.
Right.
Follow us at Cavemen Media. New stuff coming up. We got plenty of new stuff coming out. New podcasts, new episodes, new topics. We're gonna have videos, everything, every team, every topic. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
so yeah.
I've seen you walking all alone, talking to yourself, and I've seen you talking on the phone, crying out for help. I've seen the bruises on your arm. You're lying because you're scared, and I know that you don't have a home. Your home is far from here. You've always been there on your own. You've always loved to be alone. So take what you need and move along. And pretty little gypsy, you're on fire. I'm sorry that you missed me. I could have taken you higher. And pretty little gypsy, don't lie to me now when your heart is always with me, but your mind is free now. Tattoos all over your back, nobody knows what they mean. And love pretty colors, but you dress it all black. You never really wanna be seen. And go to bed in the morning, you wake up in the afternoon. Never love nobody else, 'cause nobody's as good as you. And pretty little gypsy, you're on fire. I'm sorry that you missed me. I could have taken you higher. And pretty little gypsy, don't lie to me now when your heart is always with me, but your mind is free now. You leave states, forget about my needs, babe. In each place there's a new one to betray. In 3 days I fell in love in 3 ways, and these days I'm begging on my knees, babe. Keep backing up until you're gone. You only love me when I'm not home. So take what you need and move along. And pretty little gypsy, you're on fire. I'm sorry that you missed me.